So guns are back on the menu, and it's such a bloody welcome feeling in Warframe. Right now, seeing so many players pulling out weapons that they haven't used in a long time simply because they can now use them in content like Steel Path or when hunting their liches without having to, I guess, revert back to mindlessly mashing their melee button. But also, we now have a load of new Corpus Tenet weapons. Weapons from our Corpus sisters or our liches, and some of those weapons are absolute monsters. I guess if you were to go full Irish, it would be, Jesus lads, it's killing everything. It's killing feckin' everything, so it is. The Tenet Envoy, I believe, is one of these weapons worth getting your hands on, but I don't have it yet to farm. That's next up for me to go after, but it is, I believe, really worth grabbing. For me, however, right now, this weapon is probably my favourite, the Tenet Arca Plasmor, a plasma shotgun that evaporates absolutely everything in its path. Enemies don't feel so good on the end of this. It is a buff to the original Plasmor in damage, in range, in crit, in multiplier, and it gains the ability to ricochet its rounds off surfaces, which is so bloody nice. Pinging rounds off walls and the ground and still dealing huge chunks of damage is really nice for someone with a really shit aim. Like me. The only downside is a slower reload speed and less ammo overall, which the new Merciless Primary Arcane fixes right up. Not to mention the other buffs that you get along the way from the new galvanized mods as well. Easily, this is one of the best guns that we have in game right now. Mine, I think, has a 47% heat bonus that came with the weapon from base damage. So it's heat and radiation. Heat for reducing armor and radiation for making enemies beat the living shit out of each other if they don't die from the initial shot. Which means I'll need a few more of these, of course, in order to balance it up to 60% heat. Now, this is my current Tenet Arca Plasmor build, complete with full Merciless Primary Arcane and 3 of the new galvanized mods, Hell, Savvy and Acceleration. Now, I've seen arguments for not running Point Blank and Savvy on the same build like you might not with Pressure Point and Condition Overload, but I've not had a chance to properly test it out, and since Savvy works in the same way as Condition Overload by making your damage increase depending on the amount of status effects on your enemies, it could be worth looking out. But without a doubt, the 3 additional buffs that you get from using these mods is a great help. Savvy will increase your status chance by 80% when you get a kill, and it will give you 40% bonus damage per status element on enemies. Galvanized Hell will give you 110% multi-shot and 30% multi-shot bonus, stacking up to 4 times, while Galvanized Acceleration in the Excellence slot will basically just give you a much faster projectile speed. Now, I have a Crit Riven in my build, but you could replace it with Primed Ravage and you would still have an incredibly powerful weapon. Not to mention, because it is so high crit chance based, having Hunter Munitions in there as well means you're going to be spreading a lot of slash procs around. A lot of these weapons are incredibly fun to use, whether you're using the new Detron, which I have as well and I need to put some Forma onto, whether you're using the new Tetra, whether you're using the Envoy, or even if you're using the Kuva Zar right now. There's a lot of new weapons to choose from that are really fucking good. But let me know in the comment section below which of these new, I guess, lich weapons you like or you're enjoying the most out of what you've managed to get your hands on right now, or what you think of the changes as well. Like I said, I'm really enjoying the fact that guns right now are an actual option to run in the higher level content if you want to. Don't get me wrong, melee still outperforms them by a huge margin, but the guns are really, really nice to use. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.